Situated at the heart of one of the world's busiest economic zones, the Port of Calais is the leading French port and second world port for passengers. With a regular increase in cross-channel passenger traffic between Calais and Dover, practically 10 million travellers in 2015, representing almost 100 ship movements a day and a freight volume that has tripled over the past 20 years, its capacity has reached saturation point. Its infrastructures can no longer provide quality service and safety equivalent to those at the port of Dover, in particular where the next generation of ferries is concerned. It'll be over 200 meters long. Its maneuvering requires considerable swinging room. This is why the Hauts-de-France region is committing itself to the Calais Port 2015 project, which will see that current port infrastructures and equipment are adapted to channel sea traffic. This project comes within the new public service delegation for operating the ports of Boulogne-sur-Mer and Calais. Its total cost €863 million, with €675 million earmarked for works, will be financed by the concessionary company to the extent of €593 million, with a public subsidy of €270 million. Calais Port 2015 is based on the creation of a sea dike over 3 kilometers long, which will house 3 new ferry terminals and an extended ro-ro terminal. The project also comprises all the infrastructure required for accommodating cross-channel traffic, 65 hectares of platforms and roadways, as well as buildings needed to operate the site and provide safe reception for port clients. The new port's design integrates constraints linked to climate change. The size of the dike has been calculated to take a 100-year heavy swell and accommodate rise in sea level by year 2100. Building will require over 7 million tons of material, mainly from local quarries. This eco-design project strictly respects Hauts-de-France region's commitments to preserve flora and fauna made during the public inquiry and to the National Council for the Protection of Nature. In particular, it provides for installing quiet zones and nesting boxes for birds, as well as an observatory for ornithological monitoring. Artificial habitats and nurseries for sea fauna will also be placed along the dike and inside the port to enrich the biodiversity of Calais' coastline. Bespoke devices will limit sound and light pollution during site construction. Work schedule will avoid major disturbances during reproduction and migrating periods. To preserve sea environment, dredgers will be fitted with systems for continuous quality control of extracted material. The 4 million cubic meters of material from the new basin will be reused to build quay levels with perfect balance between dredge material and backfill. Site landscaping reflects the undertaking to optimize the way the new port blends into the opal coast environment. It uses numerous plantations, all of local varieties, which will mark the parking spaces. Raised and bordered by water, a north-south roadway forms the backbone to this landscape. In order to minimize the port's energy consumption during the operational phase, the main buildings meet high environmental quality criteria and feature triple glazing, as well as their own independent source of wind-produced energy, with a view to obtaining positive energy building certification. The whole port will be supplied with centralized cold and heat, produced by a heat pump driven by seawater. Calais Port 2015 will provide the region with a port infrastructure to meet its ambitions in terms of new features and service quality. Berths will be fitted with wide double-deck ro-ro link spans, chosen for their high productive loading and unloading capacities and ease of maintenance. Featuring clear signage, identifiable buildings will mark out the path for travellers in the new port area and enable passengers and port staff to be received in bright, pleasant zones. New port accesses will respect obligations in terms of port safety and security while maintaining urban links. Calais Port 2015 is a tremendous opportunity to spur economic development of the Calais area and Hauts-de-France region as a whole. At the height of activity, works will create some 2,000 direct, indirect and induced jobs and help develop an ambitious societal policy. Over 7% of hours work will be allocated to professional reintegration. Sales turnover, at least 62 million euros, are earmarked for SMBs. 500,000 tons of material will be loaded onto workboats using port facilities. Last but not least, the operation of the new infrastructure will in turn by 2030 directly and indirectly create over 1,700 new long-term jobs. As a structuring project for the region, developing the Port of Calais, including Calais Port 2015, is the first stage of a process that will extend over several decades. Later phases in this development process will, over the years, adapt the port's configuration in line with changing traffic and sea company needs. The economic, societal and environmental impact of Calais Port 2015 will represent an important stepping stone for the Hauts-de-France region towards its third industrial revolution.